Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Today I just wanted to bring you a quick video. You might notice I'm in a different location today. That's because I'm dog sitting. So I don't have my studio, so if the sound's a little off or the video's a little off, I apologize. But I just wanted to bring this out because it's one of those stories that everyone talks about during cruising season, and that's the norovirus. And today one of the cruise ships broke out last week with the norovirus, and let's talk about it right after this. So yeah, the norovirus is one of those diseases that everyone panics about when you're talking about cruise ships. They think it breaks out all the time and you're trapped on a ship with 5,000 people and everybody on the ship is sick. And that's not usually what happens. In fact, out of all the places and vacation travel destinations you can do, basically only 1% is actually norovirus happens on cruise ships. All the other times, 99% of it is at other destinations. So the cruise ships are actually one of the most involved when it comes to making sure this doesn't happen. I mean, how many times do you go around on a cruise ship and you see hand sanitizers everywhere and signs everywhere to wash your hands? Cruise ship employees walking around wiping railings over and over again, especially in buffet areas. The kitchens are some of the most stringent, restricted rules anywhere at any restaurant in the world. They are inspected regularly, and the amount of things that can happen for them to fail are so minute. Somebody puts a bag with a steak wrapped in it and they don't actually mark what's on the steak, they lose points. And they only need to lose like 2 points to fail for their kitchen. So all that is taken into consideration. Cruise lines are actually really, really good at this. So what happened this week is Holland American cruise ship, the Zaandam, a very small ship. It's about 730 square feet. Why do I always say square feet? It's the Canadian in me. 738 square feet. Sorry. Feet long. There, that's what I'm looking for. It's not my atmosphere. It's not my normal area. So a rather small ship, and it's out from Seattle to Alaska, and it's getting ready to return from Anchorage back to Seattle. Now, about 73 people so far have come down with the virus. Immediately the cruise ship went into sanitation mode. They put the people into their cabins, sanitized the area. Everything's been cleaned, wiped down. Those people are not mingling. They're served in their cabin from now on. They're not out with the public, and the whole ship area that they've been in contact with has been sanitized. So like I said, again, cruise ships are really on top of this. So how much does the norovirus actually attack people on a cruise ship? Because you hear these stories all the time, right? If you search Google, you'll see it. But take a look. All the ones you see are usually years ago, and it's not something that's happening on a regular basis. So, but it just looks like there's a lot of stories about it, but they're over a lot of years. And in reality, a person going on a cruise ship in 1914, so a few years ago was the last survey, and it was 1 in 13,800 people got the norovirus on a cruise ship. That's pretty good odds. So when you consider how many people cruise each year, that's 22 million people cruised in 2014, and only 1,700 people in the entire year contracted the norovirus. So it's not as big a thing to be afraid of. And of course, what's the best way to make sure that you don't contract the norovirus? That's right. Wash your hands. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Or at the and anywhere you see hand sanitizers, use it. Avoid as many times as walking with your hand along the railing. If you see somebody coughing in a buffet line, just skip it. Don't grab the food after them. If you remember my story that I told you about people that annoyed me on my Caribbean Princess Christmas vacation, and the one guy who reached into the buffet and reached for some pineapple slices and touched them and then grabbed the ones he wanted and left the others there instead of using the tongs that were there. This is one of the reasons that I get angry at people who do something like that. First of all, it's the most unhygienic thing ever. I can't stand people touching my food, but this is how disease spreads. So I know this does happen, but believe it or not, catching the virus happens more often at other vacation locations than it does on a cruise ship. The odds are greatly in your favor, and even more so in your favor if you make sure that you wash your hands regularly and use hand sanitizer both before and after you eat your lunch and dinner, and even just getting on and off the ship. If you see you're walking up the plank to get on board, you'll see hand sanitizers right there because you could have touched something on shore. So keep these things in mind, and chances are you won't ever have to worry about the norovirus while you're on a cruise ship. But things do happen, and it can happen anywhere. It just seems to happen less on a cruise ship than you think. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more videos, more cruise tips, more travel vlogs from around the world, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe... Oh, wait. I want to show you why I'm in a new place. Come here. Look at this thing. This here big girl. He's a good girl. Good girl, yeah. This is the reason that I'm here all this week. So again, if the sound quality is just a little off, or the video's just a little off, I apologize. But I'll be back next week into the studio, and yeah. Until then, I just can't stop talking about cruises. So have yourself a safe, and what do we say? A great vacation. Yes.